Hey, what is up, guys? It is Devon. Welcome back to my channel once again, where I make videos very unregulated, untimely rate. I just make them whenever I feel like it because I don't care. Today we're doing another sketch. This is a speed paint, speed draw, speed color. I was just drawing the sketch. I had like a pose in mind. I was just scrolling through Pinterest. And I decided to draw what my girlfriend describes as a fuck ass Bob, which I love that name. I've never heard that before, called a fuck ass Bob, and I actually fucking love it. But I just want to touch base. This was a pretty simple drawing. I was just like, again, just drawing a little anime girl, with a bob, with a little choker, from more of like probably like a looking down perspective. I know it seems weird from the angle I'm drawing from. My position, I have my tablet because I filmed this on my tablet. I usually stack it on top of a bunch of comic books, a bunch of manga and art books that I have, and just put my tablet on top of it because this gets the best angle of what I'm recording. So it's working out so far. I would love to use my webcam, but unfortunately my webcam does not shoot it far enough, and no matter how much I zoom or no matter how much I try to angle my webcam or stretch it from my computer, it doesn't really catch as much detail as you guys see that I am recording now, which is pretty close. I say this is probably like half a foot away from my drawing space, and I'm not bumping into my tablet at all. I mean, I'm freely able to use my hands, as you can see there. I'm not really stifled. I'm not really bumping into stuff. I'm not really, bumping my hands. I have room on the side for my, my pencils, my markers, and stuff like that. So I think this is my own work right now. The only issue is, there's only one problem, is I can record this on my tablet and it looks perfectly fine, but the biggest issue is trying to transfer this file, the video file from my tablet to my computer just wants to be a pain for some reason. I don't know why. Like, literally, it took me, I think, I want to say, recording this roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, that includes breaks too, so give or take. But, I want to say it was probably maybe 38 gigabytes, which, mind you, I'm filming this in 1080p, so this is actually pretty good. But for some reason, my tablet, just for the life of me, I don't know why, I'm using everything USB-C to USB-C for my computer, and for some reason, I just does not want to accurately transfer the files, and it would take a long time. Like, I have a pretty good setup for my computer, and it was going to take hours. So I was like, oh no, that's going to be a problem. So I had it shortened down on my laptop, which took time, and then once I condensed it, and then I had to, from a larger file into like a 15-minute file, and then I am actually on my editing software on my computer, so I can edit it this way, so it'll be a little bit better. So, give or take, we'll see. I'm trying to work out the kinks, because I have equipment. I have I have a camera. I have like an actual photographer's camera. I have my phone. I have a webcam, but for some reason it just doesn't want to line up how it actually wants to, work with my setup. So yes, I know a lot of this will be circumvented if I actually draw it on my tablet, but I'm not really used to it yet. Like, I have some sketches so far, but I'm not really used to drawing on my tablet as far as that. Like, I'm getting the hang of it little by little, but it's not as looking as crisp as, it feels like I'm starting over when I'm drawing on my tablet versus just drawing on paper. Like, I can just, start sketching, keep going, rather than just drawing on paper, So look for that in the future. I'm slowly getting a hang of it, so just bear with me. But yeah, guys, I did something new this weekend. I went to a nice, there was a little arts festival in my little hometown. I live in a little small town in Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, and there was a little arts festival, so that was pretty fun. My girlfriend, she was trying to get me to go. That was pretty fun. Unfortunately, my art didn't get into the submission thing. For like a little booth to sell my art. There was some cute stands. And she was like, "Wow!" And she told me, "She's like, wow, your art looks pretty dope. Like, you should be able to get into this." And I'm like, "We'll see." You know what I mean? But unfortunately, didn't get into it. These things happen. So, but that is one of my goals. That is one of my goals, guys. I'm trying to be more consistent. It is hard. Trying to post my art, trying to, sell my art, trying to get it into galleries or just get into people's faces and stuff like that. Guys, I really want to talk about, I have like a weird relationship with art, and I'm trying to circumvent this. I don't know, like, I'm not trying to get into my head too much about it, rather than, just do it just to do it. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just have a very tumultuous relationship with art. Like, sometimes the relationship with art will be great, and sometimes I really I get frustrated. Like, I get frustrated and angry, and like that anger just makes me not want to do it. And I understand, like, from a lot of artists, they're like, consistency is key, posting art is key, learning skills is key. Like, I try to incorporate a lot of stuff into my art, and like, even for this drawing, I add a lot of color. You know what I mean? Which you'll see later on. But I'm trying to get more and more comfortable with that. I have a bunch of colored pencils and markers and pens and paint and stuff like that. But that's always been the hard thing for me, is trying to incorporate a lot of colors, because I've always been so used to, just a pencil and maybe a black pen, and that's pretty much it. I just kind of get my simple contrast, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, I've just been struggling with that. Like, I've been struggling trying to color skin tones correctly. I've been doing a bunch of pictures in my sketchbook with that. I'm just trying to get that right. You know what I mean? And I know, obviously, I'm not gonna get it right the first time, but I'm not gonna lie. I just get frustrated. I just get frustrated because I want it to look nice. You know what I mean? I don't like making bad stuff, but I want to make stuff that I would like. And I know for a lot of artists, they're like, sometimes you gotta make shitty art to make good art, and yeah, that's just true. But unfortunately, I don't know, like, sometimes I just get in a rut where, like, I'm not saying it has to be right the first time, but it's like I can see the vision in my head, and trying to turn that vision into actual results on paper is the hard part, where it's trying to figure out that with, like, muscle memory and all that stuff, and understanding why is that not working. It's very hard. You know what I mean? My art style, if I would describe my art style is it's very rough and sketchy. Like, I love, like, the messy line art style. Like, I have, like, a whole bookshelf full of manga and, video game art and comic books. That's my art. That's what I love. I love that gritty, defined art, because I could just see where every line stroke is. I can see all the definition from that point. Hell, I can even see in this drawing, I can see all the definition from her neck, the shading I did from the choker, the hair, the hair strands, and try to make the form of the bob. I like that. You know what I mean? Do I very popping high contrast? I'm not sure yet. I've tried colors in the past. Had some results, had some failures. But that's the biggest thing I'm trying to work on, is incorporating a lot of color. Trying to do other stuff that's not just headshots, I'm trying to do that too, but, it's not always going to be, it's not always going to work out. Sometimes you just got to come back to your roots just to make some fun. Like, not every artwork is going to be, not every artwork is just going to be, not every artwork is going to be fun. Sometimes it's going to be stressful. Sometimes you got to, sometimes you just want to just draw your feelings out, You can see here I'm adding the pink to her hair, because I want to make her hair pink. I have some of these Copic markers. Shout out Copic. They don't sponsor this stuff, but their stuff is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I would kill to have, like, one of my biggest goals as an artist. I want to own the 72 count of Copic markers that are like $400. Like, every time I go to my girlfriend's house, there's this art store called Blick, and they have them there, and I'm like, I will never be able to afford this, because that's just a lot of money, but I do want to own these in the future and utilize those, because these are, like, the holy grail of markers, and I love these things. Like, you can see, like, just on the page, minus my hand, how, like, smooth and how quickly these things blend. They don't drag. The ink doesn't run anywhere. It's like right where it stays at. It blends very, very evenly. Even though I'm using like the felt tip side, it just looks great. Like this is a very like a very gentle pink. And I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like I bought these on sale, and I'm oh my gosh, if I can find another sale that has Copic markers, I would buy them. But Jesus Christ, these markers are like $8 a pop. Like for a pack of 5, I forget how much they run. I think they run around, I want to say 20. I think they were like 10 to 20 bucks. Don't fact check me. I think they're like 10 to 20 bucks. But they're worth it. I mean, like I've used like Artist Loft markers, I've used Prismacolor markers, I've used Crayola markers, and these markers are just the best. Like they're the best out of the alcohol markers. They blend so well. I don't have to, test print them on the paper just to mix them in and figure out how much. No, what you see on the marker is what you really get, right? Like what you see is what you get. It blends very, very good. I'm thinking about, as you can see, I had like another shading underneath her eyelids. I love doing like the goth eyeliner, so I love adding like a purple or a darker shading under the eye. As far as around the eye, yeah, that's like my personal style. I do that for like a lot of female characters. I do draw some male characters, but mostly female characters. But back to these markers, like these are some great things. Like I've used these time and time again, and like they don't run out. And even when they do, they don't really cost that much. They cost less than actually buying the brand new ones, which is amazing. Yeah, shout out Copics. Like you guys make the best. I don't know what magician's making this stuff, but you guys are killing it. Yeah. Back to the art. It's just been like a very difficult thing that like I really don't know where I want my art to go. Like I was thinking about making like a comic or a webtoon of it, but I really don't know. Like it just makes me happy that I get to make art like this and show, I get to show it to you guys. Sometimes I do get frustrated. Sometimes I don't really know. Like I want it to look better. I want it to look more dynamic. I want the colors to pop in, but sometimes I just get frustrated. So, but yeah, guys, I'd like. That's art. That's my art. That's how it's really been. So, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys probably have your own art gripes and stuff like that. So, if you guys like this, please, 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 give me a follow. Follow my Instagram's the same name. Life and Times of Devon. Also have a second Instagram page. It's called Devon's Painted Path, where it's mostly just my art. Like it's not really my personal stuff, but where you get to see a lot of my stuff. I'm trying to put more processes on there and stuff like that, where it's just mainly just my art. And yeah, follow me and like me in here. Let me know what you'd like to see and any other stuff like that. And yeah, guys, I'll be posting more. And have a good art journey. Peace.